Hello guys and welcome back. Today is a special upload and I'm going over the recent news around a Borderlands 3 trailer being made, after Randy Pitchford made key references in a recent interview. So with that, let's get right into it. Alright, so for Nerdvana, Randy Pitchford and Mikey Neumann reunited to discuss a ton of different topics in an hour-and-a-half long podcast. Randy Pitchford, if you don't know, is one of the founders of Gearbox Software and is currently the CEO, and is also effectively the spokesperson for the company, so a lot of Borderlands 3 news comes from him. Mikey Neumann is a former Gearbox employee. You probably know him best as the voice of Scooter. He was also credited as a writer for the Borderlands series. And we know before he left the company, he was announced as a writer for Borderlands 3. With the background out of the way, let's get into the actual trailer news.
Because what I thought was I was just going to have to take a bunch of contract jobs for making trailers, which, by the way, we still do. If you need a game trailer, hit us up. But, which mostly I'm just telling Randy to hire me more.
I think we're doing something, right?
We are,
right.
actually. But we can't talk
about it.
Well, what a cool show they have.
Naturally, any news about Borderlands 3 has the community freaking out. Once again, it is not confirmed that the trailer that they referenced above is for Borderlands 3, but the coincidences are there. What better person to make a Borderlands trailer than the guy who has been involved since day one, i.e. Michael Neumann, and also has the same sense of humor as the game does because he was credited as a writer, so we know that he obviously shares a lot of the similarities in what makes Borderlands funny. And it almost seems, because of all this, like a match made in heaven. The fact that they also talked about how they can't talk about it narrows it down to only a few games, and even if we look at what Gearbox is currently in the process of making and or producing or marketing, we can definitely see what games. So I know Gearbox is helping to publish We Happy Few and Hello Neighbor, but with those games, Hello Neighbor is a week or two away from release, and We Happy Few has longer than that, but there's already been an announcement trailer and a lot of different trailers along the way. So I don't think they'd make any big deal about hiring Mikey Neumann to do one. And even if they did, they would be allowed to talk about it. They wouldn't have to keep it secret for that game. Also, if you remember earlier this year, Gearbox had a closed technical test for Project 1v1, their hybrid first-person shooter card game which they're developing in-house. And I would also write this off as unlikely to need a trailer, just because it was a technical test earlier. It was not gold, it was not anywhere in the beta process, it was a put-together game basically, like asset wise, but there's no real content there, and I'd be highly surprised if Gearbox decided to make a trailer for this. Which narrows it down to Borderlands 3, which we know has been in development now for a while, and I would expect them to at least be throwing out some ideas for putting some sort of, if not a trailer, a teaser for the game together at the very least. There's no way, even if they are working on it, that Gearbox will release this trailer anytime soon. They'll definitely announce Borderlands 3 at some big event like they always have for the series. They wouldn't just surprise announcement. But just to start the process of making the trailer or teaser, and then having no real rush, which is something that Gearbox has actually been taking to heart ever since they started Borderlands 3 basically. They're just slowly kind of making sure everything's perfect, putting it together, not really putting a time on when this has to come out. Just making sure it is what they want to release, which I'm excited for, because with the lackluster response of the pre-sequel, and the really good response for Borderlands 2, and then we only have Borderlands 1, which is also lukewarm, just because so many people still haven't played it, and it didn't reach the critical and financial appeal of Borderlands 2. So this game really needs to be a home run for Gearbox, and I think the fact that they are taking their time, taking it serious, and perfecting all of it down to the trailer and or teaser helps me believe that this game is going to be everything we want it to be and more. But once again, that's not confirmed. We're just going off speculation that the trailer will be for Borderlands 3. But let me know what you guys think. Are we reading too much into it by assuming that this is Borderlands 3? What other game do you think they might be making a trailer for? Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.
See, with every tremor, my drill gets closer to the vault, to freedom, order, and safety for us all. Except you asshats at Sanctuary.